it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about my 1 year ownership review of my full bolt-on E85 Gen 2 Coyote. Just kind of go over the things that I've liked about this car, the things that I've hated about this car, should you get this car, who this car is for. So I have daily driven this car. I bought this car April 15th last year. Today is April 18th, and I have daily driven this car modified. I did all the mods like a month, 2-3 months after I bought the car. So it's been daily driven, full bolt-on, E85 every day. Yeah, I've run nothing but ethanol in this car. Yeah, it's a little bit on the more expensive side, but I mean, this is a fun car. I didn't buy this car to be efficient. I bought this car to be fun and enjoyable, and it was a little more comfortable. It was a little more comfortable than the Camaro, so there's that also. I bought the car with 89,000 miles. It currently is sitting at 108,000. I bought the car bone stock, 89,000 miles. This is a fully loaded 401A. I mean, every single option, adaptive cruise. This red seat, heated and cooled seats. This is a fully loaded car. The only option this car does not have is the performance package, which I did not want the performance package for the simple reason that the performance packs come with 373 gears, and because I highway this car, I've driven this car all over the state of Texas. I mean, I highway this car. I wanted the 331s. Not only that, 331 cars have a much faster 60 to 130 time. You only have to shift twice. Whereas the 373 cars, you start in third, fourth, fifth. And a 331 car, 60 to 130, start in second. All you have to do is shift twice. Second, or go from second to third, third to fourth. And fourth will ring you out to about 145 before you have to shift. So I wanted a 331 geared car. That's why I didn't want the performance pack. I would love to have the Brembos, but after having this car for a year now, just coming from Texas 2K was a few weeks ago. The 4-piston, the base brakes on the GT, phenomenal. They'll get the job done. I mean, this car has stopped from triple digit speeds back to back during Texas 2K at the Mexico street meets. I mean, we were making back-to-back 60 to 150, 60 to 150 passes back-to-back. And this car was stopping and slowing down each time, no problem. Now, my biggest issue I've had with this car since I bought it was the MT82. Not specifically the transmission itself, but the factory clutch and shifter that surrounds the MT82. The factory clutch in these cars, in my opinion, are hot garbage. Like, I blew the first clutch a week after buying this car. I think I had the car 4 or 5 days. I was finally getting used to it, getting a feel for the car, and I went on down the back road, was banging gears, and pop, there it went. Clutch destroyed, pulled it out. It's literally in pieces. I'm thinking, okay, I just bought the car at 89,000 miles, probably the original clutch in it. So I put another OEM Ford clutch in it, a new flywheel, throwout bearing, all that good stuff back in the car. I got maybe 5,000 miles out of that one before. I don't even think it was 5. I think it was like 2,000 to 3,000 miles later. Yes, I followed the 1,000 mile Ford recommended break-in period. I didn't get on the car. I'm again, going down a back road, enjoying the car. This time I think the throwout bearing failed and destroyed the clutch and everything in the process, because the clutch pedal got stuck to the floor, which immediately to me, I'm thinking, okay, throwout bearing. But in the process of that thing failing, it sandwiched the pressure plate, the clutch, and the flywheel all together, and destroyed all of them once again. I mean, I think I could probably pull up pictures. Maybe I still have them. I pulled the clutch out, and the throwout bearing, the green little sleeve that has the spring inside, was sitting in pieces inside the transmission. Clutch was in, I mean, those little flaps on the front of the MT82, you can pull it back, and you can see just pieces of clutch just sitting inside of there. So, long story short, I ended up putting in an Exit Mach 500 stage 1 clutch, about 15,000 miles later, because I put that in at 93,000, do the math, I'm at 108. This clutch is amazing. Just phenomenal. Just an amazing clutch, honestly. Not only for daily driving, but for racing. I mean, there's no more lockout. I mean, second to third, third to fourth, you're hitting them no problem. There's no more gear lockout, no more bullshit like that. I've also got no lift shift tuned into this, and I know with this clutch, it's going to be no problem. It's so easy to downshift rev match with this clutch. Oh my gosh, dude. As far as daily driving goes, this has been a great car. It has had a few problems. The back right wheel, these cars just seem to chew through rear wheel bearings because of the independent rear suspension design. My Lincoln Mark 8 does the same thing. I guess it's just a IRS kind of thing. They just love to chew through wheel bearings. But that was covered under warranty by the dealership, so I didn't have to pay anything for that. But other than that, those are the only issues I've had with the car. Other than that, it's been solid. The engine has been solid. The transmission itself, aside from the clutch, has been solid. No complaints. It is a very comfortable car. I bring my dog with me everywhere I go. He sits right there in the back seat. So on a highway, I take a lot of long cruises in this car. Being a 2017. I've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which, by the way, I wouldn't get one of these cars without that. Just for this, godly, that, this gas station is full. Of course they're blocking the ethanol pumps. Why wouldn't they? Even though all the regular pumps are open. Yes, let's block every single ethanol pump available and leave the regular gasoline pumps wide open. The only ethanol pump within like a 100-mile radius, so. This will be just fine to me. Would I recommend that somebody else buy in today's world, a Gen 2 Coyote Mustang? Yeah, I would. They're still pretty solid street performers. If you can drive one, I mean, it's not a slow car by any means. It's not the fastest, it's not gonna be the fastest thing out there. I mean, a Gen 3 10 speed is gonna get you any day of the week. Like I said, I'm basically full bolt on aside from having headers, and my buddy with nothing but a cat delete, no tune, no nothing, his Gen 3 10 speed gets me any day of the week. If I had to do it over, would I buy this car again? Yes and no. Yes, because this car has taught me a lot of things. It's the first car I've put a clutch in myself, so that was definitely a great learning experience. This is a great car, but for me and the driving that I do, I think I would have gotten something just a little more comfortable. This car rides great, the seats are comfortable, but I sat in a Dodge Charger Scat Pack and it rode better. It was so much smoother, so much of a better daily driver car. Plus it was an automatic. It was just more daily driver friendly. Having a stick shift car is cool, but every single day, especially this whole year I've had it, after about 6 months, you kind of get tired of it. I have 3 other vehicles. I just recently bought a truck to daily drive, so I don't have to daily drive this anymore. But it's still, I daily drove this for about a year, and the manual is fun on the back roads. It's fun racing. All of that is cool, but daily driving, it gets a little old. Like sometimes I just want to hop in the car, put it in drive, and go. But you got to sit here, and especially in traffic, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Luckily, this clutch is actually pretty light and manageable, and pretty predictable. And the bite point's at the very, very bottom. But yeah, so I'm considering trading for a Scat Pack. No, it won't be as fast. If I got one, I would get a Daytona 392 or an SRT 392. I wouldn't get just an ordinary Scat Pack. I'd get either an SRT or a Daytona. But still, just for the simple fact that it's more comfortable, and I put a lot of miles on my car. I drive this car across the state. This car is a workhorse for me. On top of being the race car, it is a workhorse. That's one thing I will miss from a Scat Pack. Being able to corner and turn. Another thing I love about the Coyote is the way that this car makes its power. You really got to rev it out, especially with, I did the IMRC lockouts. You really got to rev it out to get to the power. And it's really, really cool, especially how the MT82 is geared. Once you're up there in the RPMs, I shifted about 76, 7,800. You're right there in it, so it's pretty cool. I mean, this thing revs forever. Do a third gear pull at 4,000, just... Cars just love to just rev and rev and rev, and the higher it revs, the faster it goes. It's a really, really cool and unique experience that I feel like you don't get from the Camaro or the Chargers. Those old school push rod motors, all the power is right there as soon as you hit the pedal, but in one of these, it's kind of like a unique kind of experience where it's, okay, we're going, okay, now we're really going, we're going. I feel like that's why Gen 3 10-speed cars are as fast as they are, because that 10-speed literally keeps it in the power band the entire time. Thank y'all for watching, guys. That's really all I got for y'all today. This is my 1-year ownership review of my Gen 2 2017 Mustang GT. Great car. You know, if you're looking for a fun, semi-affordable sports car that can double as a daily driver, this is a solid choice. That's all for today, guys. Thank y'all for watching.